The gut health mistakes that I made in my 30s didn't just destroy my digestion. They clouded my mind, killed my confidence, and honestly kept me stuck in patterns that were holding me back from what I wanted to build. I'm Dr. Nina, a licensed psychologist. And listen, y'all, I understand the mind-body connection. I understand this stuff from the books, and I've lived it from experience. If you ever felt like your gut health issues were affecting more than just your stomach, your energy, your mood, your ability to think clearly, and even chase your dreams, this video is about to switch it all up for you. Here's what I wish someone had told me earlier. Your gut doesn't just control your digestion. It controls your second brain. And when I finally healed mine, I didn't just feel better. I finally had the clarity and the energy to build things that I had been dreaming about for years. Now in my 40s with my little baby Hunter, these healthy habits are helping me navigate my new stage of life. And that's with more energy and confidence than I've had in years. Now you drop a comment and tell me, have you ever noticed your gut health affecting your mental clarity or your motivation? Because that connection is real, and we're about to dive real deep into it.
Dr. Nina, the girl next door, beautiful brown baby doll.
And speaking of the process of really building things, I'm in the process of creating HarnessYourFuture.com with GoDaddy Arrow. And this platform just eliminated every excuse I used to hide behind, and they're the sponsor of today's video. For years, I had the extended vision of helping women make daily changes that added to big transformations in their lives over time. But I kept getting personally stuck on the technical stuff, logo design, websites, even social content. It felt overwhelming, and I wanted to be a project that I do on my own, while my designer handles other portions of my main brand. Now, using GoDaddy Arrow is quite nice and simple, I might add. I go to GoDaddy.com/Arrow. I describe what I want to create, and it generates everything in real time. No matter what your idea is, whether it's a fitness coaching business, a bakery, a consulting service, working with dogs, GoDaddy Arrow makes it so simple, y'all. Domain options, professional logos, complete websites, and social media content. They even provide videos and images to make it easy. And while you're building, there's instant access to a coming soon page. And that's so you can start capturing interest right away. I got mine up right now. But here's what hit me. When this gut of mine was a mess, I couldn't think in a way that helped me to execute these big ideas. Now that I have that mental clarity and stability back, and tools like GoDaddy Arrow, that removes the technical barriers. There's nothing stopping me. I really love how seamless the integration is, how easy it is to help generate ideas and to generate the look of your product and the look of what you want to design. If you've been sitting on an idea, telling yourself you'll get started when you have more time or knowledge, stop waiting. Scan the QR code on the screen or check the description box for the link to get started with GoDaddy Arrow today. And your future self is going to thank you for taking action right now. Okay, so y'all, I talked about them 30s. And if you're tired of feeling stuck like I was, and you're ready to find out how healing your gut can unlock everything else, let me share these 6 mistakes that kept me trapped for way too long. And I ain't finna let you be trapped like that. Y'all, mistake number 1 was completely ignoring the gut-brain connection. And this one cost me years of progress, not just with my health, but with my life goals. In my 30s, I was dealing with constant brain fog. I've mentioned this before. At times, I found I couldn't make decisions. I'd start projects and then abandon them. At times, I thought I was just indecisive or lazy, and y'all know me. I ain't lazy though. But what I didn't realize is that my inflamed gut was creating an inflamed mind. Though I was resilient and things worked out, I started to know these patterns that I didn't get in check until my mid-30s. I was pushing through, but baby, I wasn't operating in my full potential. Listen, your gut produces 90% of your body's serotonin. That's your happiness and motivation neurotransmitter. When your gut microbiome is off, your mental clarity suffers. The gut-brain axis, y'all, is real. And when one is struggling, both are struggling. I was trying to build my career, work on my content, and also pursue my dreams. But my thoughts felt cloudy and scattered. I couldn't focus long enough to execute anything meaningful. Once I started healing my gut, it was like someone turned on the lights in my brain. The clarity is what eventually allowed me to be consistent, especially with my workout, with my eating plan, and have the energy to show up for everything else that mattered. If you're struggling with motivation or decision fatigue, or just feeling mentally stuck, look at your gut health first. You might be trying to solve a brain problem that's actually starting in your digestive system. And many blood tests and going into your doctor for routine checkups can definitely help with this. Mistake number 2 was following every generic health trend instead of considering what worked best for my body. And this one kept me spinning my wheels for years. I tried a bunch of cleanses that promised quick results, juice cleanses, elimination diets, whatever was even trending on social media sometimes. Y'all, I was treating my body like it was a one-size-fits-all template instead of understanding my own unique needs. Did you know that your gut microbiome is as unique unique as your fingerprint? What works for someone else may not work for you. I wasted so much time and energy trying to follow other people's protocols instead of paying close attention to how my body actually responded, more specifically to different foods and lifestyle changes. And we know that one size does not fit all in that area. Now I focus on bio-individuality. I like to track how foods make me feel. I pay attention to my energy levels, and I make adjustments based on my body's feedback and not what's trending for someone else or what's trending online. I've learned that for me, processed foods, excess sugar, and too much dairy, they can trigger inflammation and also the mighty brain fog. But the key is figuring out what your body is telling you, because baby, we all different. This approach is part of what helped me to maintain my energy and my consistency during my over 40-pound weight loss this year. Mistake number 3, that was relying too much on quick fixes instead of addressing root causes. And this one actually made things worse long term. Y'all, at one point I was popping antacids like candy. And Gas X, don't even get me started. I went through them things like they was Tic Tacs. Every time I felt bloated or had heartburn, I just grabbed something quick to suppress the symptoms. I thought I was helping to solve the problem, but I was actually just masking it. And I was making my gut health even worse. Antacids actually reduce stomach acid, but you need stomach acid to properly digest your food and absorb nutrients. I was creating a cycle where my digestion got weaker. So then I needed more quick fixes, which then again made my digestion weaker. I was treating the symptoms and not the source. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a broken pipe. You're not actually fixing the leak. You're just covering it up while the damage gets worse underneath. Now I focus on root cause healing. Instead of suppressing any symptoms I have, I try to ask why they're happening. Usually it comes back to stress, food choices, or not chewing my food properly. And especially when I was gorging and gouging food down, I'm typically not eating slow enough. Chewing up your food makes a big difference, and putting that big hunk of food in your belly, tearing your gut up. If you address the cause, the symptoms usually resolve naturally. Y'all, mistake number 4 was having zero consistency with tracking what actually worked. And this kept me stuck in endless cycles of starting over. I try something for a week, give up, and start something else. No documentation, no real data on what was helping and what wasn't. I was flying blind and wondering why I wasn't making any progress. When you don't track your progress, every day feels like you're starting from zero. But when you document the small wins and patterns, you start to see the bigger picture of what's actually helping your body to heal. I started keeping a simple journal, and at different points in my life, this has really helped. Just how foods made me feel, my energy levels throughout the day, sleep quality, and my mood changes. Now I track everything systematically. This data helps me to make informed decisions, and that's instead of guessing and hoping what will work. It's the difference between throwing spaghetti at the wall and having a strategic approach to your healing. This tracking system and using apps like Lose It is really what has helped me to evolve in this newest transformation. I could see clearly what was helping and what wasn't, what was upsetting my stomach and what wasn't. So I didn't waste time on the things that didn't serve my goals. Mistake number 5 was thinking that gut health was only about food and completely ignoring how stress and sleep were sabotaging nearly everything that I was trying to do. In my 30s, I was hitting it hard with my career, and I was chronically stressed, and I was running often on 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Sometimes that's all you can get. Y'all, I was waking up tired, needing multiple cups of coffee, and that was just the function. Getting that afternoon energy crash around 2 p.m. and feeling wired but exhausted by bedtime. Weird. I thought if I just ate the right foods, that my gut would heal. But I was trying to heal my digestive system while constantly flooding it with stress hormones. Chronic stress literally changes your gut bacteria composition. It increases inflammation, reduces the beneficial bacteria, and it slows down digestion. When you're stressed, your body diverts energy away from digestion. That's why you're going to notice bloating, constipation, or even stomach pains during high stress periods. And sleep is when your gut repairs itself. And baby, mine used to stay rumbling. When you're not getting adequate sleep, you're not giving your digestive system the recovery time that it needs. Plus, poor sleep throws off your hunger hormones. I've told y'all that before. You'll crave more sugar and processed foods the next day, and that's going to create another vicious cycle. Now I treat stress management and sleep as non-negotiables, especially for my gut health. I have evening routines that help me to wind down. I practice stress management throughout the day, and I prioritize as much sleep as possible. I'm not going to give you a number because I feel like some of us can get what we can get. We just need to maximize on that number. But I find that this foundation makes everything work better, and plus my belly ain't sounding like it's rumbling through a cave. And mistake number 6, the biggest one. It was giving up too soon because I expected instant results. Gut healing takes months, sometimes longer. But I wanted to see changes in weeks. Can I get an amen? And when I didn't see those immediate results, I'd abandon what I was doing and try something new. I was constantly starting over instead of sticking with something that might have worked if I saw it through. giving it time is a big key. Learning to be patient with gut healing taught me patience in other areas of my life as well. Everything worthwhile takes consistent action over time. You cannot rush healing, y'all, and you can't rush building meaningful projects or relationships. This patience is what allowed me to stick with my plan, especially when I decided to get very serious in January and see myself through losing that postpartum weight and being patient with myself. And I was being consistent instead of rushing the process. And I still got a few pounds I want to lose, but I'm doing the same thing, even if it takes me longer than before. Keep in mind that true gut healing can take 3 to 6 months or more. And that's depending on how damaged things were to start with. But the improvements, they come gradually. Better sleep, clearer thinking, more stable energy. You have to trust the process and stay consistent. And this patience principle, it applies to everything. Your health, your career goals, your personal growth. Small, consistent actions, those compound into major transformations, but only if you stick with them long enough to actually see the results. I'm challenging you. So here's what I do now that completely transformed my gut health and overall my life. I eat whole foods most of the time. I manage my stress daily. I try to prioritize sleep. I stay hydrated, and I track exactly what's working and what's not. But most importantly, I'm patient with the process and consistent with my habits. These changes didn't just heal my gut. They gave me mental clarity and the energy to finally pursue my projects that I've been dreaming about for years. And if you're thinking I'm over here having it easy, think again. These are gut healing things that work for me while working, parenting, wifing, and building new projects and working on new stuff for y'all. When your gut is right, your whole life flows better. So I want to urge y'all not to make the same mistakes that I did. Heal from the inside out. Make sure that you're doing it now. I don't care if you're beyond your 30s or even earlier than your 30s. The earlier you start, the better. Watch how it transformed not only your health, but also your overall life. What gut health mistake resonated with you the most? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and y'all know that, and I'm here to support your journey. And if this video helped you, make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. And make sure that you come back and check with me about things that I post, about everything that can help you in every part of your life. All right, y'all, I look forward to seeing you in the future. Here's to good gut health and overall health. Beautiful Brown Baby Doll, Dr. Nina signing out. Peace.